All right, folks, welcome back for another review of Rhodes to the Top. This time we're going to be covering episode 3, Off the Rails. So look, last week I didn't realize it, but now I bring it to the attention of you all that it was 2 episodes, and I didn't realize that for some odd reason. So this is episode 3, which means that this episode is only 30 minutes. So you only need 30 minutes to sit down and enjoy this episode. Where last week it was an hour because it was the first 2 episodes. But yeah, this week they're going back to the standard format, 1 episode per week, and that is episode 3, Off the Rails. But this episode didn't have too much drama, to be honest. Like last week definitely had a lot, if you ask me. But this week, not too much. They talked about car seat issues because, you know, the coaches from the Nightmare Factory came over and they're trying to be a baby builder, basically putting together all of the baby stuff in order to prepare for the baby's arrival. So they battled with this car seat and whatever. The Nightmare Express, which is Cody's bus, you know, they talked about the whole notoriety of it and how it makes a statement and all sorts of different things. And Brandi's not getting on planes, so they had to take a bus in order to get from Atlanta to Jacksonville for their biggest pay-per-view of the year, Double or Nothing, which ultimately is Brandi's last event live before the baby. And because it's Double or Nothing weekend, then we get an Eric Bischoff'S cameo. As if you don't know, he used to be, he is still a staple in pro wrestling, being and running WCW back in the day. So this was a big thing for him to be there, whether or not. But yeah, it wasn't too much drama. Oh yeah, by the way, how could I forget, folks? Then they started to talk about the weigh-in. The weigh-in for Cody's match against Anthony Ogogo, which was on Dynamite, Friday Night Dynamite before the event, which was a complete disaster. So you got the reactions to people backstage, and you got a little bit of insight of everything that was going on. It was a bad segment, like really bad. But like, looking back at it now from this perspective, I'm still like, it was a bad idea. And it's like, man, Cody, each and every week is something with him just completely messing up. And yeah, this segment definitely wasn't a tip on the good side. So, but other than that, you know, this was a episode that didn't give too much. We got Brandi, obviously, as she talks more and more and prepares for the baby. Cody goes to the Nightmare Factory, which is his school. And we got a little bit of insight about the future of talent coming from that and what the school means and represents and whatnot. And then we got to talk about the coaches, QT Marshall, Preston Vance, Ricky Starks, and Solo. And, you know, basically those are his homies because not only were they at the school, they also came over to the house to help do the baby building thing. But also QT Marshall, in a very bizarre statement, compares wrestling to sex. He says wrestling imitates sex, and I'm not going to repeat the rest because I thought it was just completely just whatever. It didn't make sense to me. But beyond that too, Cody went to go visit his sister Teal, which Teal is back in this episode, who doesn't really have a connection and relationship with Brandi, as we know. But he obviously is really close to his sister, who has a kid of her own. So he wanted to get advice from her about parenting. And obviously, because of what Cody witnessed with Dustin, his brother, and his father Dusty, until obviously being older, you know, being able to get advice to just be a better father going forward. So it's a very short and sweet episode and not too much going on, but you know, we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, stay tuned because I'm gonna be covering Rhodes to the Top the entire season. So jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts and expectation for this season, and stay tuned for more reviews very soon.